Lotta, I'm so happy to talk to you today for She Can. Tell us a little about yourself and what you do.
Thank you for having me on She Can World. It's great to be here with you today. So I'm the founder and managing director of GROWTHCAP Impact Advisory, and we connect projects that are good for the planet and people with investors. So it's like impact investing to make the world a better place.
Amazing, Lotta. And you sit on my board of Give a Future. You've been very important in my life. Tell us a little bit how you got to where you are today.
So yeah, it's wonderful to be on the board of Give a Future. And I mean, you're mostly, you're so inspiring, you and the whole team there. So thank you. I think what's important in life is to sort of understand a bit like what your values are and your purpose, and then to focus on that. So when I started studying, etc., I really wanted to make the world a better place. I studied law, economics, political science, and always wanted to work for an international organization where I could help people living in poverty, bringing them out of poverty, and had wonderful experiences working for the European Commission, Swedish Foreign Ministry, EBRD, which is like the World Bank, and now lately here in Rome at the United Nations. So I think it's been very, very exciting, my journey to help a lot of people along the way. And that's what I'm now continuing to do for my company, which is GROWTHCAP Impact Advisory that I mentioned earlier.
Lotta, tell us a little bit so we understand what GROWTHCAP does exactly. Can you tell us a project you're working on, something that is sort of current, and what motivates you to run this company and grow this company?
I think what's always been like sort of a red thread throughout my life has been to empower women. When I worked for this bank, EBRD, I worked with women in business, growing women businesses, helping them to be entrepreneurs and take risk. And so ultimately, having advised others, I thought now it's time to start my own company. And what we're working on now are several projects that are, connecting social entrepreneurs, impact investors with institutional capital. So it's like on a global scale. We work in Africa, we work here in Italy, in Milan, we work in England, in Sweden. And so we also bring Nordic investors into projects. We're working on one in Milan at the moment, which is urban regeneration. So creating a green urban, like Silicon Valley of Milan. I think that's also very exciting, sort of development for also startups. So that's an example, but we've also done, conservation projects in Africa, throughout Africa during the pandemic, because obviously there was a lot of suffering, within this sector. A lot of people did not get the investment through the tourism. So we did projects there. And we've also worked with women that are now, suffering from climate change. We see the link between climate change and women in Africa. And we've done projects there to create jobs, financial inclusion, financial support, for women. So these are the sectors that we focus on.
Amazing, Lotta. Thank you for sharing that. Lotta, what do you think is your superpower? How do you think you're so good at what you do?
Well, thanks for saying that. I mean, I think we all have some inherent kind of skills that we sort of use. I've always been an optimist, so I always look at the bright side, and that's helped me to find solutions to challenges that we all face in this world today. So I'm hopeful for the future that we can make change, and I think that's kind of my mindset. I also feel determined, if I want to do something, I go ahead with it. And also gratitude, gratitude to all my friends and colleagues and people who've inspired me, mentors. It's great to work with others. So I think these are my sort of powers, superpowers or skills.
Thank you, Lotta. What would your top tips be for other women, Lotta?
So I think, women are extraordinary and have so many wonderful talents, compassion, empathy, leadership. And what I believe in is to sort of find your core, your values, your purpose, what interests you, your talents, how you can help others, and take a mentor. I think that's really useful to have someone to discuss your future with, give ideas, share ideas with, and also take care of your time, because it's, life is short, so make the most out of it. And your health, also well-being and health is something that, we should all care about. So, and then join forces with other women. Together we're stronger. And I think this is a great example of what you're doing here, to bring women together, to create networks, to support each other. So these are the things I would focus on.
Amazing, Lotta. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, I absolutely, wholeheartedly agree. Lotta, I'm wondering, you've mentioned it twice, to have a mentor. How did you find your mentors?
So I think it's something that comes naturally. You gravitate towards certain people, you share dreams and ideas that you want to make happen. And then together you help each other, basically working together. And I found my mentors through work. It was often people that I worked with, actually, but maybe in a different department or in a different, not exactly, very closely always, but sometimes closely as well. But you can also reach out to people and ask them if they can help you. I've actually had a lot of women, younger women in their 20s, reaching out to me, and we work together to help each other finding, a career path or a new area for focus, starting a business or being on a board. As you know, I've been on many boards. I think the only way for women to sort of break the glass ceiling is to really support each other. And that's in a board context, in a leadership context, or also at the start of your career. But I've also had male mentors. I believe very much in working together and diversity.
Yeah, we don't want to exclude them completely. But thank you for sharing that, Lotta. I'm wondering, what are your plans or dreams for your future?
I feel very lucky, having already done so much and traveled to emerging markets and worked a lot in countries where, people are not as fortunate as we are. And that's something I want to continue to do, to sort of help people who live in poverty. I mean, we have 820 million people living in poverty now. That number is increasing. We have the huge challenge of climate change that we're already seeing. We're affected by it on a daily basis. That is something I want to help to change for the better. And I think, these are two major challenges I want to focus on. And then obviously diversity. In some countries, women are facing real challenges today. Their voices are not heard. They do not have a place where they can speak up freely. And I think I want to really stand up for these women to make their voices heard.
Thank you, Lotta. Thank you so much. I love that you have such big visions, and I think that all of us women have to get into the ring and share these big visions. So thank you for highlighting them. Lotta, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you for having me on She Can, and it's been really a pleasure to speak to you and also to work with you. So thank you very much, Stephanie.
Thank you, Lotta.